Hey everybody, we're back. Uh, I've been. It's been a while because I did a few videos of Injustice 2 and a couple of Injustice. Uh, you know, showing off like supers and like intros and stuff like that. I've been wanting to do this for a while, like because I want to do like two separate videos. One with all the Overwatch origin stories, and then I'm gonna do a separate video with just a straight up cinematic. Uh, the cinematic might run a bit long, it was just like a little over an hour, but uh, I really want to do it because it'll prove is what I've been saying for like a long time. Why I think Overwatch deserves their own TV show, like Amazon Prime should, produce and fund this because it's a really good game, and the cinematics and the lore behind it is so like in depth. I want to do this comics too that I want to do reviews of some point in the future. Maybe not this year, possibly next year. Because matter of fact, now I'm thinking about it, it's like a handful of game related comics that I want to do reviews on, like God of War and as well as like as some decent amount of like last year there was like a Netflix mini series of animated series for Tekken that was really good that I really want to do a review on, but I figured no, I should make it like a probably gonna be in 2024 more than likely because I want to not only cover like just like a fighting game like stuff for like a bulk of the of the year, whereas like all the like Street Fighters kind of like movies and uh well, that was a couple of comics, but like movies, uh, uh, animated and like of course the live action. Uh, there's the Mortal Kombat stuff, animated and live action. I already did like the 2020 or 2021 rebooted Mortal Kombat film, but I haven't done the others. I want to do that too. Uh, and of course, like the tech and stuff. Like I want to like put in like a year time, at least a good chunk of the year, just going over a lot of the Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken type of films and live action and animated films and whatever TV series that's like that they might have and cover those. I really want to do that. But anyway, I want to check out each of the Overwatch origin stories, and I have to probably go to because that is the list I have here doesn't cover the 3 recent ones from Overwatch 2, but we'll add them to the list once we get through this plethora. So here we go. This is Soldier 76 origin story, pretty much like the Captain America of the game. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like these reaction videos and want to see more.
My name is Jack Morrison. People used to call me a hero. I led Overwatch for 20 years. We ended the Omnic crisis and paved the way to a better future. Those were the good old days. They didn't last. Bad guys popped up all over the world. Lots of folks said we failed to keep the world safe. Protests broke out. They said that we were the problem, and people called for my head. They almost got their wish. It was a conspiracy. Overwatch got hit from inside and out. Our enemies blew up our headquarters, and me with it. They thought I died. Part of me did. war goes on. Now, I move in secret, striking from the shadows, hunting all those that brought Overwatch down. Call me a vigilante if you want. Truth is, I'm just a soldier.
Okay. Tracer here.
Overwatch was looking for a hotshot pilot to test their next generation teleporting fighter, the Slipstream. Enter Lena. Call sign Tracer. That's me. It was the sort of opportunity I dreamed of my whole life. But on my first flight, the teleportation matrix malfunctioned and I disappeared. I was missing for months and no one knew where.
You know, I remember a long time ago, because it was like an Overwatch comic that told a tale that explained Tracer's, personal life. She is a lesbian, and I remember it was like almost like 10 years ago when people was like found out about this, and I remember comments back then. Sometimes commenters be, just stupid sometimes and bigoted, but they lost their minds. Like, oh my God, Tracer, you made her a lesbian. Ooh, ooh. And it's like, dude, like, he wasn't gonna get at her anyway. But it's just like they, people just like vehemently just lost it. I mean, like, I can't necessarily talk because with James Gunn's like Scooby-Doo thing, I'm pretty sure it was James Gunn. They made like Velma. I don't even want to classify her as lesbian, but she has an interest in this girl on his show, and like everybody's like, oh yeah, this is totally confirmed. I knew she was lesbian. It's like, really? I didn't read that, because there's plenty of other instances where she, hooked up with guys. So at the very least, she's bisexual. But I'm not going to sit there and go full, ignorant like most other people would be. But I'm just like, check the records. It's like, she has like been with guys. But I'm not going as far as like these people did when it came to Tracer.
Or when I'd gone. By the time Overwatch found me, I was little more than a ghost. The doctors call my condition chronal disassociation. I faded in and out of existence, disappearing for hours and days at a time. And even when I was there, I couldn't touch anything. But my friend Winston would not give up. He kept at it, day and night, until he invented the chronal harness that keeps me anchored to the present. I was myself again. Even better, it turned my condition into something great. I had control over my own time, and I could speed it up and slow it down at will. My career as a pilot was over, but my life as an Overwatch agent had begun. Sounds like someone needs me, but don't worry, we'll have plenty of time for stories later. Cheers!
If she can slow down her own personal time, does that make her kind of immortal? Okay, Junkers.
Tonight, on A Moment in Crime, their spree of mayhem and chaos has caused untold millions in property damage around the world. But who are these two deranged junkers, and what inspired their orgy of destruction? Is this the work of master criminals, or just a couple of idiots? It was Junkrat who masterminded this string of attacks that has stretched from the Australian outback to Kings Row and beyond. Now this explosives-obsessed freak has his sights set on even greater acts of destruction. His co-conspirator, Roadhog.
Wait a minute. Mako Rutledge? That's Roadhog's real name? Didn't even know that. I've probably seen this video before. I kind of blocked the name from my memory. 550 pounds. Woo. One from wanted for armed robbery, kidnapping, extortion, and theft.
Is a remorseless killer who hides his face behind a mask. This giant of a man is more than happy to use violence to resolve any situation. Together they have burned, bombed, robbed, and killed their way across the world. And their calamitous crime spree shows no sign of slowing down. Following their personal creed of no job too big, no score too small, it seems as though there is no end in sight to this senseless rampage. Unless we get your help. If you have any information as to the whereabouts of these two extremely dangerous criminals, you need to contact us right away. Remember, crime doesn't pay, but we do.
My dearest Fariha, every mother hopes for a better life for her daughter. I was willing to fight and die for it. I taught you that there is nothing more important than protecting the ones you love. You grew up surrounded by heroes. They filled your head with stories of adventure and dreams of glory. And one day, you wanted to join them, but it was not the life I wanted for you. I never told you of the weight I carry from all those I killed to keep everyone safe. But I always did what was asked of me. Until one day, I could not take the life I needed to. I hesitated, and everything changed. The people who I was supposed to protect died, and I was left behind, gravely wounded.
Jeez.
The world believed that I was dead. I thought perhaps that was for the best. I've lost so much in my life. I've said goodbye to so many friends. I've buried the ones closest to me. But for all that I have lost, I know that there are still people who need to be protected. So I cannot stop fighting. Not yet. Not while there are people still waiting for me. One day, I hope you'll understand. Your mother, Anna.
You see, what I really like about Overwatch is the fact that, like, the voice actors they got cast for each of these characters, a lot of them come from different nationalities. So they get actors who come from that kind of nationality, and it's just like it's just so neat. Say what you will about Blizzard and its obvious problems, but it was good on them for, like, you got the voice actors from Anna, who comes from Middle Eastern, or more specifically Egyptian background, can give that authentic, like, dialect, or even speak in the native tongue very fluently. Same thing with, like, Junkrat in his Cockney accent, and what else? Widowmaker and French, dialect and accent. So it's pretty dope. I really like that. Gives, like, some real authenticity.
Who is Sombra? To the system, she's nobody. she doesn't exist. No one remembers the girl. There were 1,000 children like her after the war, but none of them could hack like she could. And she learned that people were just as easily manipulated. Now she understood how the world
I love
worked.
Sombra.
Information is power. So she kept hacking politicians, corporations, governments. It was an addiction. But for the first time, someone noticed her. When your hardware's obsolete, it's time to upgrade. The girl was gone, and Sombra was born. Now, I'm ready. I'll find out who really runs the world. I'll find their weaknesses and how to exploit them. And when I do, I'll be the one pulling the strings. Who is Sombra? You'll never know. Adios.
I'm pretty sure that's Cuban. But I love Sombra. I love her.
The world is a scary place. Even here, in Numbani, we needed something to protect us.
Or Wakanda.
Enter the OR-15 defense bots. They took the old Adina model from the Crisis and gave them a complete makeover. They kept us safe. For a while. I was at the airport when Doomfist attacked. Poor bots didn't stand a chance. Everyone else gave up on you, but I saw what you could be. So I rebuilt you, upgraded your programming, and gave you a heart.
New personality module installed. System rebooting. OR-15 online.
No, that's no good. Every great hero needs a real name. What about Orisa? I made you to be strong and brave. You still have a lot to learn. And you'll probably mess up sometimes. But I know you'll become the hero we need.
My name is Orisa. I will keep you safe. That is my primary function.
Wakanda forever.
Humanity is always being tested. Conflict and war is the crucible through which we evolve. Every battle makes us stronger. Those who fall will be forgotten. Those who rise up Their names will be remembered forever.
When I saw Doomfist's origin trailer, man, I was like, dang, this dude is like hyped as hell. Only through conflict do we evolve.
We stand on the brink of a breakthrough in human evolution. I have dedicated my life to unraveling its secrets. I take risks that others would consider to be unwise, for I do not share their caution. Overwatch held back the pace of scientific discovery for decades. They believed my methods were too radical, too controversial, and they tried to silence me. But there were others in the shadows, searching for ways to circumvent their rules. Freed from my shackles, the pace of our research hastened. Together, we delved deeper into those areas forbidden by law, by morality, and by fear. New patrons emerged who possessed an appetite for my discoveries. And with this knowledge, what new world could we build?
Yeah, I think Moria is, definitely one of the most, at least one of the OP characters.
Journal entry 1963-4, Harold Winston. Status update on Specimen 8. By now, we're all used to our super intelligent gorillas on the colony. But the hamster, we've named him Hammond, continues to be one of our biggest surprises. Even though he's grown from the genetic modification, we have more trouble keeping track of him than any of the other animals. Somehow, he managed to get out of his cage again. It took us days to find him. I can't help but wonder what it is he's looking for when he gets out there. He's shown impressive problem-solving skills and adaptability to new situations. And he's overcome all the challenges that have been placed in front of him. I, for one, can't wait to see what trouble the little guy gets up to next.
Everybody needs a family. Because it's not fair facing the world alone.
Howdy, y'all.
I don't care how tough you think you are. They should always be there for support, no matter what. In the best of times, they will arm you with the tools to succeed. And in the worst of times, they will understand when things don't really go the way you planned. Now, some people are lucky enough to be born into the perfect family. Others, well, they go out and make one on their own. And once you've done that, anything is possible if everyone pulls their own weight. So, if you want to be part of my family, I do have one little rule. It's my way. Or, well, who am I kidding? It's my way.
I freaking love Ash. God, I love her.
Choices? What do you know about choices? 30 million orphaned children. I was one of them. The Omnic War robbed us of our choices. To survive, you did what you had to do. Steal or starve, kill or be killed. You helped your friends and hurt anyone who got in your way. If you hungered to rise above your circumstances, then when someone offered you a hand up, even the devil, you took it. It wasn't complicated. At least that was the lie I told myself. The truth is, I had choices, and I made them. But when you think you're a big man, it's hard to admit that you are not a brave one. Even harder when you understand that making a living is not enough. You must make a difference. I'm going to fight for a better world. For some, that means a bandage. For others, a bullet. Today, I give you the choice.
The choice.
Gravity. Gravity is a harness. My entire career has been devoted to this idea.
You see how like the musical notes, you know, sync well with the stuff on the board? That's a nice touch.
This moment. Decades. If the unifying theories are correct, we will soon be able to harness the power of a black hole. Nothing will ever be the same. Why? This is wrong. Feel this failing. What happened? Where am I? Why am I being imprisoned? Release me! What is that melody? Hold it together. 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 Density, mass, momentum. It's too much to hold on to. I will bring you a new understanding of the universe. Violence. The universe is singing to me! What is that melody? Freedom. Imprisonment. It's all an illusion. Gravity is a harness. I have harnessed the harness.
That is the most trippy one. I love that. It's probably like my favorite trailer because that one, it's kind of like Moon Knight. It's like you cannot tell like which way is up. It is like, you know, which one is reality. And it's like, it's kind of like, you know, with like a Christopher Nolan type of thing where it's like time is out of sequence kind of situation. You don't know how it started, which way is up, but you know, like, you know, we started in the middle and try to figure out what happened at the beginning, and then we see a bit at the end, and then we work our way back to the middle, and just like retrace our steps. It just really trippy. I love that one. I really love that one.
They've reached the labs! Everyone get back!
It took forever for this girl to come out.
So, this is it. Did I make the world a better place?
Today, we welcome Dr. Liao to Omnica Corporation.
They had every reason to doubt me.
You should join us.
But I helped create the Omnics.
And who better to help us fight them?
and only Overwatch believed. You are my life's work. You will be everything I dreamed. All I wanted, all I needed, was to help the world. And so she created me. Her legacy, her promise, her echo.
You know, if you ever watched the Green Lantern animated series, there is a character that looks just like her, also named Echo. You don't believe me? Look it up, because when Echo came out, I was like, wait a minute, isn't there a Green Lantern character named Echo?
This meeting of the International Justice Commission is now called to order. Please state your name and call sign for the record.
Acting Commander Vivian Chase. Call sign Sojourn.
How did you come to join Overwatch?
My unit of the Canadian Special Forces teamed up with Overwatch during the Omnic Crisis. Jack Morrison and I worked well together. And after the war, he reached out.
Can you give us some examples of duties you performed?
Whatever was needed. Sometimes I ran point for our agents in the field. Other times I commanded the operation. No matter what their mission was, mine was to bring every last one of them home.
It sounds like you hoped for the impossible.
I know. But they gave me the impossible every single day. It was the honor of a lifetime to have served with Overwatch. But you can love a thing with your whole heart and still know it's time to say goodbye. Even the best journeys end. But a new one is right around the corner. And you never know where that road is gonna take you.
I know it has like a musical thing. I ain't trying to like get in trouble here. I never thought I would actually like Joker Queen. When she was first announced, I was like, oh, she's a cool design. But then I found like, oh, she's a 10 character. I was like, I usually don't really F with 10 characters. But I was pleasantly surprised how, you know, not flawlessly I'm using her, but good enough I'm using her that I don't hate. Unlike, you know, the newest one, the new... new character that is kind of like Zenyatta but evil. He got some stuff. He needs some patches.
For generations, my family has served and protected our city by following traditional paths. My grandmother devoted herself to the fox spirit, who taught her the ancient way of healing. Whereas my mother has chosen the path of the blade, passing down time-honored skills through training and discipline. I knew each of them wanted me to follow her path. But I couldn't choose.
I love characters
training quiets my mind and opens me to the Fox Spirit's guidance. And my bond with her lets me protect those who can't fight for themselves. They both made me feel whole. And they both felt like home. For generations, my family has served and protected our city by following traditional paths. Me? I made my own.
You cannot tell me that's not super. They wasn't thinking about Naruto when creating this girl. Ramatra, that's the guy's name.
I was created to lead Omnics into war. But all I have ever wanted is a better life for my people. The fact that we exist is a miracle unto itself. We have studied the ways of peace and harmony. We have meditated on the universe and our place within it. We have tried to coexist with humanity, but humanity is not interested in sharing their world. How many more Omnics should perish to fuel mankind's dreams? No more. Our race is only a single generation. Finite and dying all too quickly. We can find our own place, and we must. Join me, and together we will make a better future for all Omnics.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it right here. But yeah, I freaking love it. I know it's probably like a couple of them missing, but I've been trying for at least a couple of days trying to find like a good list of all the origin stories. This is probably the longest amount I got, so we'll just leave it here. But the next Overwatch video will be all these cinematic shorts all put together. I think I'll just do that tomorrow. Now, after watching all this, I want to play some Overwatch. So I still need to play more Evil West, but I'm going to probably say that tomorrow. But yeah, let me know which one of these were your favorite. I think like Kiriko, Doomfist, and Sigma is probably like my top favorites. Just the way everything it was weaved together. It was, the art was so beautiful. Especially Kiriko's art was probably like the most beautiful, with the whole brush strokes. I cannot pinpoint the exact labels to certain art designs, but I am familiar with like the Japanese brush strokes. And I love that art. For some reason that always seems like, like one of my favorite kind of styles of art. It's just the way it's, weaved together. It looks so beautiful. But yeah, which one was your favorites? Which one was your least favorites? Leave a like, comment, and I will see you guys later on playing some Overwatch for an hour and some change. And yeah, take care. Oh, and by the way, Saturday I will be going back to my reviews now that the holiday season is over, and I can get back to my regular schedule reviews. I'm gonna start with some Spider-Man comic reviews because I want to get some Spider-Man stuff out before Across the Spider-Verse comes out in June, and then also at the same time with normal movie reviews, but also spend the bulk of also equal amount of time with some X-Men stuff, with a few short comics with different X-Men members, and then eventually the team, and of course the movies and a couple of the TV shows. So look forward to those in the coming months.